Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me. I think they're okay. If they don't give me proper credit, I just walk away. They can beg and they can plead, but they can't see the light. That's right. 'Cause the boy with cold hard cash is always Mr. Right. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world. I am a material girl. Hi, I'm Lisa. I am the ukulele fool, foolishly believing that if you have the material means, consider getting ukuleles and ukulele construction in the hands of people that really could use it. I'll say more about that after the play along. Let's dive into learning. Please give this video a thumbs up if it helps you on your ukulele journey, and consider subscribing to this channel. It helps spread the ukulele love. Oh, ring that bell too. You need these 5 chords in order to do this song. I'll go over the chords very quickly, and we'll go over the G to E minor chord transition. You need a G. I use these 2 fingers, C string, A string, 2nd fret, and then this ring finger goes on the 3rd fret of the E string. There are more ways though to do this G, and I've got a link up here and one down below to my tips and tricks playlist that shows you how to do the G chord and the D chord in different ways. Oh, and speaking of which, D chord, I use these 3 fingers. I put them all in the 2nd fret, which requires me to change how I do my hand. Instead of coming this way, I've got to bring my whole hand up against the headstock to do a D chord. You also need a C chord. I don't think I need to say too much about that. You also need an F chord, index finger, 1st fret of the E string, reaching over to the 2nd fret, I had to think about that, on the G string, like that for an F. And then there's also an E minor, probably the most challenging chord here. 2nd, 3rd, 4th fret, like that. The hardest chord transition in this song is going from a G to E minor. I'll show you a fingering trick, and then I'll show you a cheating trick. You can finger your G differently and get to your E minor more quickly using your pinky. What do I mean? Index finger goes on the A string instead of on the C string. Reach over with your middle finger to the C string, 2nd fret, and then the ring finger still has to go 3rd fret on the E string. Then you can just leave this all in place and put your pinky on the 4th fret of the C string, and then you have an E minor. G, add the pinky, E minor. So that's one way to do it. Another fingering hack is to use these 2 fingers more traditionally with the index finger on the C string. You've got your G like this. Then, again, reaching with your pinky. I find that this is more of a reach, and I don't always hit it right, but I have some students that are really good at this. So, play around with it, see what works with you. Let's do a little cheat or hack or something. I'll show you what I mean. In this song, we're going to be using a 2-beat strum when you go between the G and the E minor. And instead of holding onto that G for the down, down, up, you switch to an A minor 7 on the up strum. A minor 7 uses no fingering hands, and so then that gives you a half beat to switch. So when you watch this hand, and you see there it goes down, down, up. So it gives you a little bit more time to reposition. Let's just practice that really deliberately, which is code word for slow. Let's just go between G, E minor, reset, and do it again. 1, 2, here we go. G, down, switch, E minor, down, switch, do it again. It's G, down, A minor 7, E minor, do it again, and G, down, A minor 7, E minor, do it again, and G, switch, E minor, might find that you need more time than that. In fact, I would say that most of my students find that they need more time to do that. So just, sit back, relax, pause this video, or even just stop it and spend a couple days practicing that and then come back. This song has an intro, verses, a chorus, and an outro. And most of it uses an island strum, like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So if you're familiar with the island strum, great. If not, you could just do down strums, no problem. Let's do the verse. It only uses G and F. Let's practice it together using a box diagram. Each box represents one island strum. I'll take it at a slower tempo than the song so you get a chance just to practice the chords. I will do a little humming and I'll do editing here with arrows and stuff to let you know where you are in case you get lost. So 1, 2, here we go. Da, 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 da. I've got timestamps down below if you need to practice that with me. The chorus is a little bit more challenging, but before I go over that, I'd like to talk about this instrument. This instrument I bought for my husband, and he's really been enjoying it, and I thought I'd share that with you because it's so reasonably priced. But wait, don't buy it now. I will put a link for it down below, but I hear that Prime Days, there's going to be a special deal on this. This is talking about Prime Days 2022 coming up in July, so keep your eyes peeled because I may even be able to tell you even more about it. This is a travel instrument. It's got a little sound hole up here so you get more sound going this way as well as for your audience out here. And it's carbon fiber, which means that it is not susceptible to heat and humidity and dryness and cold and all those things. So it comes with a great bag and he's able to stuff it in his very messy truck and take it to his work site. And so if he needs just a little break, he can pull out his ukulele and play it. I think it sounds great too. There are a few more challenges with the chorus. The verses all move in groups of 4, so that makes it really easy, but the chorus does not. Look here at the box diagram. Do you see those boxes that have 2 chords in it? Well, that's because each chord only gets 2 beats, but then there's some chords that get 4 beats. Here's my strumming solution. In the boxes that have 2 chords, switch out the island strum for a 2-beat chord. So for example, I'm going to do a 2-beat strum on a C. It's down, down, up, just like that. In the boxes that have just 1 chord, you could do 2 of those down ups, like for example, like the G, down, down, up, down, down, up. Or you could do an island strum on the G if you feel like, you can do that kind of flexibility. Let's deliberately go through this, slowly. 1, 2, here we go. Sing, bum, ba, da, 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 da. You know that we are living, da, 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 da. And then that last line, that's a little interlude, so just do it with me. Here we go. F, island strum, and G, island strum. Do it again. F, island strum, and G, island strum. And then we go back to the verse, which starts on a G again. Let's try that again, because I know that takes a little bit of mental rewiring. 1, 2, here we go. C, D, and G, and E minor, C, and D, just for practice sake, let's put a verse and a chorus together, just doing the chords, none of those pesky lyrics, getting our strumming and chording all put together. So 1, 2, here we go. I'm strumming and I'm strumming, ba da 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 da, da 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 da. So, you want some little more advanced techniques? Well, what I would do is I would funkify this a little bit, particularly in the verses. You have an opportunity, it's a 2-chord song in the verses, and the same thing with the intro and the little interludes. What do I mean? Well, I would do some alternate fingerings for the G and the F. I would do the F like an E chord. Why? Well, because it's good practice. And then also anything where all 4 strings are being depressed with your chording hand, that gives you the chance to do some muting here on your left hand. What do I mean? I take an island, strum and do it, but I would do some left hand muting. I would release the pressure at times on this. So I would go down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. So every up strum, I am releasing the pressure here so it comes across more as a scratch. So kind of makes it that funk rhythm guitar sound. So on an F it's down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. Then for the G chord, I would make it a barred chord. It's very similar to a regular G, but I would bar the 2nd fret, and then basically you're fingering an F. You see that? Where this is an F shape. So I've got the 3rd fret of the E string and 4th fret of the G string. I have to think about my strings all the time. And then same thing, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down. So let me just do half the verse with you so you can kind of hear how it sounds, and then you can work on it on your own. It's fun. 1, 2, here we go. Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me, I think they're okay. They don't give me proper credit, I just walk away. Yeah, I love doing that kind of funk stuff. Let me know, do you think that sounds good with the song? Leave me a comment down below. Time for a little history nerd section, and I teach an art history course, and you know, one of the things that I see is like the big swings that things make, and it's like if trends and fashions go one way, well then the opposite's going to happen. And this is what happened between the 70s and the 80s here in the United States and in the UK too. I was a student there in the early 80s in the UK. So what happened? Well, the 70s, you think of those pop music divas like, you know, Diana Ross and Cher and Joni Mitchell and Emmylou Harris, all that. You see a trend with their hair, it's all long and it's flowing and fairly natural. In the 80s, it went the other way, and it went, you know, big, poofy hair, and then the styles went from being kind of like these relaxed fitting, you know, jeans and bell bottoms and that, to a retro style. And Madonna was like, she was the queen of that, along with Cyndi Lauper, right? The retro style, bustiers and gloves and big bangles and jewelry and all that kind of stuff, and wild, very vivid, colorful makeup. So in the video for this, she just takes a page straight out of Marilyn Monroe, Diamonds Are the Girl's Best Friend movie. Just does a complete take on that. One, two, here we go. Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me, I think they're okay. If they don't give me proper credit, I just walk away. They can beg and they can plead, but they can't see the line, that's right. 'Cause the boy with cold hard cash is always Mr. Right. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Some boys romance, some boys slow dance, that's alright with me. If they can't raise my interest, then I have to let them be. Some boys try and some boys lie, but I don't let them play. Only boys who save their pennies make my rainy day. 'Cause they are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Boys may come and boys may go, that's alright, you see. Experience has made me rich, and now they're after me. 'Cause everybody's living in a material world. I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. How did you do? I hope that you are experiencing success with this. If you're encountering any problems, please leave me a comment down below. Let me quick talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, getting ukuleles and ukulele instruction into the hands where they're really needed. I have charity goals with my Patreon site, and I hope that you consider joining us on Patreon. I think today we just hit 230 patrons today. The number always kind of fluctuates, but I'm hoping to get 250 patrons, so we're really close, in order to send 10 ukuleles to a school program with a psychologist and a music teacher in Peoria, Arizona. I've done other projects, and I am very proud of the work that I'm able to do with my patrons. Some of my patrons even step up to the plate and get extra ukuleles where they're needed. I've also partnered with Ukulele Project Hawaii. I did that last Christmas with Salvation Army to get a bunch of ukuleles into the hands of Keiki there in Hawaii through the Salvation Army. So consider joining us. I've got great rewards for you, including 2 live Zoom sessions with Q&A and jamming, all my chord charts, and yeah, please and thank you. And I'd love to get to know your face on Zoom. All right, take care. Until the next video, I hope that you are spreading the ukulele love.